the market is the same every day through the year. There's no such thing as the summer doldrums or the lunchtime doldrums. This is a fabrication. Now, again, what I'll say to you is the way you trade, you have times that you take off, which you can elaborate on. But there's always an opportunity, no matter what day of the year it is, if you're a scalper, because the market's always moving in at least a small range. But for the way that you trade, you would say that there's periods of low volatility and high volatility.
Every trader needs to find a way that suits their personality, their opportunity and time. So yes, absolutely. I mean, I tend to be a position swing trader, directional most of the time. I'm either long or short. I'll do some spreading sometimes, but I'm either, so I need to know, is the market trending up? Is it trending down? Is it trending sideways? Those are the things I start with. Then I take a look at that middle part of the day, as we've talked about so many times. There is this type of setup when it comes to the market. Volume in the beginning of the day, volume at the end of the day. I want to play when the other participants are playing. I don't want to play 4 a.m. with the drunk guy from Topeka, Kansas, who's there for a shower curtain ring conference in Vegas. I want to play with the guys who are there to make money. So yes, during holidays, is not a great time. It's illiquid. I don't want to play in those times. The market participants slink away and they go to their families. I don't want to play in August. Same thing. They're out at the Hamptons. They're out on their European vacations. I don't want to play Memorial Weekend necessarily before and after the first, the Friday and the Tuesday after. Same thing on Labor Day. Same thing on July 4th. There are cycles. You just have to check those off your calendar, just like any business does. Your business, is dependent upon, everybody's got a business that is dependent upon having, liquidity. And without liquidity, there are less opportunities.
Well, it's funny. Because that's another myth. There's a good metaphor for my business and your business. And the metaphor is this, is that ironically, and this is something I don't know if you've ever thought about, but you might want to consider, is this a myth or is this reality? Ironically, the sports that have the greatest interest in the sports marketplace in Las Vegas are the ones that are the hardest to be able to profit from, i.e. football and i.e. basketball.
Right.
And so in my business is cyclical because more people subscribe during the football season due to interest. Ironically, the doldrums in my business, when there's the least amount of people subscribing, are when the professionals feast on the easier money in baseball. So ironically, hockey and baseball, which have the least...
Hey, Eric, your microphone cut out.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, I can, yeah.
I said, ironically, the sports that have the least public interest, there's less people in the pit, so to speak,
yeah,
are the sports that are the easiest to take advantage of.
All right,
so there's something to be said for when everybody's away.
And Eric,
there's something to be said when everybody's out of the pit. Maybe it's easier.
I agree with you, but here's how I would compare the two. I think pro football, people have no edge because there's 14 games a week, 15 games a week max. Big deal. I think pro basketball, same thing. No edge for the common guy because there's 15 games a week. The odds makers are dead on. College football, however, there's 200 plus teams. You got 100 games. There's no way the odds makers can find, get the detail on every single game and every single injury report. They just can't do it. So you have an edge. And it's no different in trading liquid markets during the beginning of the day and the end of the day. So can you make money scalping, the ES between 9 and 11 on the West Coast? Can you make money picking maybe one over and try to pick maybe an over-under instead of a point spread in the NFL? Occasionally. But over time, you're going to lose.
Mm-hmm.
So I think those are, I agree with you, and those are sucker bets. And so I think that is a myth. I think it's used by Vegas and it's used by by Wall Street to get people to play during their lunch hours.